Okay, right as I hit play, my dog farted and it immediately stunk, and I don't know what to do, but this is gonna be the intro now. So, hello, welcome, hi, hello, hi. Um, uh, as you can see by the title, this is a storytime video. It's been a minute since I've done one. At one point I was doing them every month, but I was kind of burning through my stories too fast. So, what we're gonna do is just, we're just gonna pick back up where we left off, in no particular order, and I'm gonna talk some shit about some stuff, and it's gonna be funny. So, what you see in the background is either 2 or 3 battles from PCP Season 1. Right now I go against Tim. In the second one I go against my buddy Nolan. In the third one I go against my buddy Jacob. This was from Season 1, back when we didn't know what we were doing as much, so don't judge us too hard. But, story time, right? So this is the story. I haven't actually thought of a title of it yet. I'm sure I will by the time the video goes up, hopefully. But this is the story all about how my life got turned upside down. Literally. This is the first, actually and only time that I was arrested. So this is going to be fun. So, it is the first day of Thanksgiving break in my senior, either junior, dude, it's fucking so long ago, I don't remember. It was either junior or senior year in high school. It was probably senior, but it also could have been junior. That makes sense, right? So it's the first day of Thanksgiving break. It's like a Tuesday, and we get off, and basically everyone is we're at there's this park down the street from our school where everyone would meet up for to drink Four Locos in the parking lot out of Whataburger cups, or to fight each other. So that's fun. But basically we all met up there and we were like, man, it's Tuesday, we trying to party. We're in high school, so like, fuck it, let's just go die in a field somewhere. And everyone was like, okay, well, we can always go to Interlaken. Now, Interlaken is my town, Arlington's version of like the Hamptons. That's where the rich motherfuckers live, basically. So like, that's where you go, like, people that go around, like, that drive around and go to see like Christmas lights and shit. That's where you go in my town, because all the rich people put up lights, and I think even when you like move there, they're like, hey, you have to put up lights, right? But it's pretty funny. So there's this park that you can it's like you're going to your grandmother's house, like over the river and through the woods. Like, you cross this little creek, and there's a little path, and there's nature. You go back for about a mile, and there's this clearing next to like a little body of water, a little pond lake thingy, and it's a cool spot where people would party sometimes. So you could go out there and drink, smoke, do all that fun stuff. And we were like, okay, well, at like nighttime, let's all just meet at Interlaken and let's get real drunk and do stuff we'll regret. So everybody's like, okay. So we all go our separate ways from the park. I go, at this point, we're in high school, so we have to go find our lovely, shout outs to the 21-year-olds that would buy us alcohol when we were in high school. Those guys are the unspoken heroes of high school. Shout outs to you. There was this Native American dude that would do it for me. I don't know. He had a ponytail. That's all I remember about him. But so we go and we get our alcohol and stuff, and we all meet back at nighttime. It's like 9 or 10, and a lot more people showed up than I thought were going to. So me having the bright idea, since I have a truck, I was like, fuck it. There's no need for us to walk all the way back there. I'll just pop the curb and I'll just drive back there. And since I have a truck, we can throw all because we had like tents and sleeping bags and all that shit, stuff for bonfire stuff, just, like, it was like a day at the lake, but only with your high school friends, and you're all shitty as, like, drunk. So, actually, I should probably put on the next battle, huh? So, we get out there, and, it's a lot of fun. At first, we get back there, we set up our little camp thingy, and we get all our stuff going, and everyone's having a good time. And like I said, there was a lot more people than we expected. So there's I was expecting like maybe 10-12 people. There's like 25 motherfuckers out in this field, just drunk as all hell. And it's a bonfire party, so we get the bonfire going, everybody's having a good time, and my buddy actually asks me, I was a good kid at this point. I didn't smoke, I drank illegally, but I mean I didn't smoke, so that's, you know, we're only half bad. But he asked me if it's okay since I drove out there, could he like hotbox my truck? And I was feeling myself. I was pretty gone, and I was talking to this girl, so I was like, yeah, if I just go away, like I just kind of, you know, threw my keys, like fuck off, just let me do stuff. So I gave him the keys, and they go do the devil's lettuce in my truck, and wouldn't you know it, we hear sirens and lights, and the fucking cops come. Turns out another person decided to drive their car out there, but this person had a Mustang, like a, you know, like a '05 Mustang, so it came way down to came way down. Like you can't. It's hard to pop a curb in a Mustang. You know, I did it with my truck because I have a truck. But like, if you have a Mustang, you're gonna scrape. And they told it. The cop told me that the neighbors called and said that they saw a Mustang. They heard it pop the curb and scrape everything, and it had its fucking headlights on. So they're like, oh well, there's damn kids out in the field again, and called the cops. So the cops come, and we fucking scatter. It was just like a TV show, you know, when like, you know, the kids are doing something and they go scatter. It was exactly like that. We just took off running. I just run into the woods, get entangled and snared in like prickly barbs and vines and all this just stuff that's just tearing apart my arms and face and legs, because it was a, you know, it was a fall day in Texas, which means it was only 107. But so I run through I'd say about 30 yards of thorns and brush and stickers, and realize, oh fuck, my truck is back here. I have to stay because they'll just look at my truck and be like, oh, well, now this guy's in trouble for evading the police and partying, you know? So I was like, god damn it, and I do this walk of shame back out of the woods, and I realized next to me, 3 of my other friends were all having the same problem. They all got stuck in thorns, and they were like, you know what, nope, I'd rather be arrested than continue to go through these fucking thorns. So they do that, and then I realized another one of my friends, actually the guy that I battle in the last in the Weirdy McPonytail video, he didn't even try to run. He was just standing there smoking a cigarette, like, whatever, dude. I'm already drunk, I'm not running, and respect, because, you know, what are you gonna do? So then that makes 5 of us, and we're all just like, we know how much fucking trouble we're about to be in. No one's saying anything, we're all just sad and like, fuck, man, like, we know we're about to die, but we're just gonna try to make it through it and hope for the best. So we're all sitting there, and first of all, the cop starts searching through everything. Turns out my buddies that went to my truck to, you know, get the devil's lettuce in their systems, they left what do you kids call it? A blunt, basically, you know, a cigarillo filled with the reefer, and just left it on the seat of the truck with both doors open and the lights on. So it's literally like the cops came, and then there's just beam of light in the middle of a dark field of my truck with illegal drugs in the cab. My truck, fuck, you know. So of course the cop, well, one of them is searching my truck. The other one shows us what our task for the next little while, and it turns out that he wants us to dump all of our cheap beer and vodka out on the bonfire to you know, to get to put out the fire. So we have to dump all this beer we just overpaid for, as well as all this liquor which we overpaid for, onto this fire to put it out for safety and stuff. So that was already, our spirits were broken at this point. So then we go back to sitting down, and the cop walks over with the blunt and is like, hey, funny, I just happened to find this. Now, whose is it? And I look at my friends, and I was like, motherfucking fuck, I don't even smoke, and that was in my car, and I don't expect any of my friends, they're all good people, but I didn't expect any of them to be like, oh yeah, those are my drugs, officer, because who the fuck does that, you know? So I just kind of like I just shut down for a minute. Like I was just like, what do I even do? Like, fuck, I thought we were gonna go, get tickets and stuff for trespassing and underage drinking and have to go to court. But now it is like big boy prison jail time, not prison, but big boy jail because there's drugs involved. So I kind of look, and the cop basically says, listen, either one of you confesses for this, or the rest, or it's like one of you goes to jail for this, or all of you go to jail for this. And I kind of look, and one of my friends goes and like starts to stand up to be like, okay, it is my drugs. And I was like, dude, like in the flash of a second, in my head I was like, my truck is already back here. I'm already in way more trouble than these guys. Why do they also need to get, the drug charge on their record? So as he goes to stand up, I like put my hand on his shoulder and like use him to like push myself up while also pushing him down, like kind of like a, nope, you're not fucking doing this, buddy. So I stand up and I was just like, you know what, it wasn't mine. You can test me if you'd like, but since it was in my vehicle, I guess it's on me. So he's like, okay, cool. All of you getting tickets, and then you basically are arrested. So he cuffs me and does all that fun stuff. And yeah, so at this point, the other 20 people are off in the woods hiding. A bunch of them are in the watery area, which was like basically a swamp. Like it looked like Louisiana. And they're over there hiding in like the mud and the muck, and a bunch of the people are running through the fucking running through the forest, getting cut up by vines. Half of them made it to our friend's house, which did live, over there in the rich part of town and whatnot. So a lot of them got off, but a lot of them were just sitting there watching us, waiting, while the rest of the cops are, shining the lights into the woods and beyond and whatnot. So I get cuffed and I get put in the back of the cruiser. And we head out. Basically, they tell me I'm going to have to come back whenever I get bailed out. I'm going to have to come get my truck, or it's going to be towed, like, tomorrow. Also, the game that just played, that was the finals for PCP Season 1. Reflect Type Honestar. No big deal. But, yeah, I lost my train of thought. I shouldn't have said that. But, so I'm in the cruiser. They told me I got to come get my truck tomorrow. At that point, I don't even care. Take the truck, man. Like, my life is in shambles, man. Come on. Then, basically, I was very drunk, and I had to pee, so I was like, please, can I please pee? He was not having it. Apparently, that's one good way to piss off cops, is to ask them to pee, because they will tell you to piss yourself, and you can't piss yourself, because even though it would be hilarious to kind of be like, I peed in your car, then you peed yourself, and you gotta deal with that for the rest of the night. Don't do that. Well, I almost did that, but I made the smart decision not to. So, the entire ride to the police station, which was a solid 15 minutes, I'm just, like, almost in tears because, one, I'm about to be grounded forever, Shaden's social life, and then also I really gotta pee. So, we finally get to the office, and the station, and he finally lets me pee, and I get thrown in the drunk tank. I'm the youngest dude in there, obviously. All these other people are, like, swole, cholo-looking motherfucker, like people you would see in, like, a cartoon of prison, like, just classic big ol' swole biker looking. Everyone's got a beard and like tattoos and piercings and shit. And I was real drunk, so I did what you're supposed to do in the drunk tank, and I just went to sleep. I was just like, nope, not dealing with any of this. I'm gonna get a spot right by the door, so if any of them start fucking me up, the cops can just come grab them, and I'm gonna go to sleep. So I just passed out. Nobody fucked with me. I was actually really lucky that no one fucked with me, because I was pretty sure somebody was gonna try something, because that's what they do in the drunk tank, right? So they come and get me after like 2 or 3 hours or some shit, and they're like, hey, you can make your phone call. I was like, fuck, alright. So they put me in this phone booth room, and it's a phone booth room that looks like a miniature version of like an insane asylum room, like where the walls are all padded, and even the husk of the payphone that was in there was taken off, so it was literally just the phone sticking out of the phone sticking out of this foam wall. And it's hot as fuck in there. I'm still very drunk. Now I'm groggy because I've been asleep. And I make my phone call, and I call my mom, and she does not answer. I call my buddy, and luckily he answers. I'm able to give him her number, and I'm like, hey, I'm obviously in jail. Please call her. It is like 4 o'clock in the morning. She's asleep, but you have to like keep calling her because I don't want to be in here forever, So I called her literally 40 times, and she did not answer. And then I'd already told him, but I was getting really scared because she wasn't answering, and then I couldn't get a hold of him after that either, and it was really scaring the fuck out of me. So finally, I go knock on the door and tell him to let me out, and no one does anything. So I am trapped in the phone booth room for literally 45 minutes, and it's so fucking hot in there, and I'm just banging on the walls till like my fucking hands are all messed up, like look like a legit crazy person. People are walking by, having casual chit chat, sipping coffee, and I'm just banging on this wall, which I guess must have been soundproof because there's a little tiny square window that I was smashing my face into because I'm drunk and stupid, and nobody's letting me out. Finally, one of the cops laughs. I guess he sees my face in the little window, since it was apparently soundproof, and lets me out, and I'm all sweaty. I've been crying again because I thought I was trapped in there, like they were hazing me or some shit, and I wasn't able to get a hold of my mom, and but I think my buddy finally did. Or no, I actually did finally get a hold of her, because when I thought they tell you, you get like 10 minutes or something, so once the 10 minutes was up, that's when I started banging, but when I realized that I wasn't going to be let out anytime soon, I tried some more calls. So, oh, and the funny thing about that was, after you call someone 40 or 50 times in a row and you have to leave your name, because it's like, this is the city of Arlington, inmate number blah blah blah, and then you say your name so that they'll, when they answer the phone, they're like, this person is making a collect call from fucking jail. So at first I was like, Shaden, and every time it was like sad, but then after 50 phone calls, I was like, Shaden, yes, ring, making stupid noises and shit. So of course that's the one she answers on, is me sounding like Skeletor, like Shaden, ring, and that immediately pisses her off. So she says she'll come and get me eventually, but she's pissed off and she hangs up the phone, and I was like, well, guess I'm spending the night in here. So finally the dude that's laughing comes and gets me out, and I go, and they take me back to this room, and this is where it gets weird, as if it wasn't already weird enough. I'm pulled into this room, and there's fucking like this row of white lights, and I walk in there, and it looks like something out of Men in Black, man. There's this all stainless steel room. There's these two big old like bodyguard cops like standing on either side of this Mexican dude that looks like a Hispanic Dale Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Like, if that makes sense. Maybe I can find a meme that I can put in that'll convey what I'm trying to say here. But he's got his big old hat on. He's got like some chaw in his mouth. It looks like a TV show prison warden, and I'm just in jail. Like, I'm not even in prison, but this dude looks like he's out of a prison warden. Like, this looked like he came straight out of Shawshank Redemption, took the hat and everything. So I walk up, and I'm so scared. I just beat my hands almost bloody versus this wall for 15 minutes, and I'm shook AF right now. I got my weird prison Crocs on that were like two different fucking sizes, and I got my little jumpsuit on with no underwear. It was fucked up. And I get up there, and he's got his little clipboard in his hand. He's obviously the man in charge. He looks at me, and both of the people next to him got their arms crossed, looking swole as hell, with the cuffs of their short sleeve shirts pulled up just enough to show you that there's a lot of muscle under there. Those type of people. And so I walk up, and he pulls up his little notepad. He kind of flips through a couple pages, and it's like, he looks up at me, and it's just silent. He's just staring me down. I was like, is this dude about to like beat my ass or something? And like I said, he looks like Mexican Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. And he looks at me, takes off his sunglasses super dramatically, and goes, lift up your testicles. Like, exactly like that. And the inner, like, not comedian, but the person that kind of seems to find the funny parts of everything is struggling with the part of me that just got done fucking crying because I'm in jail, because this man said, lift up your testicles, like Rolf from fucking Ed, Edd and Eddy. And I did. I guess since it was a drug-related charge, he wanted to make sure that I wasn't hiding anything in my gooch. But I walked up to this man's desk, pulled down my pants, kind of leaned back, pulled up my sack, and showed this man my taint. Most people don't even see their own taints, and now this guy has seen my entire taint. He's seen my gooch, man. Like, we're kind of bonded now. But that's the end of the story. I showed a man my gooch in jail basically. That's a pretty solid title, right? But yeah, so that's what happened. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, do all that bullshit. If this does decently, I'll start bringing these back, but maybe we'll just kind of sprinkle them out every now and then. Anyways, bye forever.